Good morning, Miss Xiao, Madam Chow, Mr. Ng, teachers, and N-Seasons. I am Anqi, and here with me is Brenda, and we are your moderators for today's Presidential Election 2020 Q&A live segment. As you can see, the three candidates are here beside me: Amber, Jonathan, and Leonard. So today they'll be answering some questions that many of you are curious about.
So before we begin, we would like to once again reiterate the main role of the president. So the main role of the president is really to lead the whole student council towards a common goal, which is to promote a positive and caring school culture. At the same time, he or she should be listening to your views and opinions to improve your school learning experience.
While you listen to what they have to say, do keep an open mind and also remember the key considerations for a president, which is having the heart to serve, having a clear vision, and of course, also having the 4C leadership qualities, which are competence, compassion, confidence, and courage. So do remember to vote for the person whom you think can serve your needs the best, as well as display the 4C leadership qualities well.
So for today's question and answer segment, mainly the candidates will be answering some of the burning questions that you have raised up. At the same time, it's also an opportunity for you to better understand the candidates. So this year's question and answer segment, we'll be doing it in a spin a wheel format. So there'll be 10 questions on the wheel, which are fully selected by you and Seasons. So we'll be spinning the wheel 4 times, and the candidates will be answering a minimum of 2 questions each.
So following the spin the wheel segment, we will also have a live question segment. So if you have any questions that you really want to ask the candidates, you can raise your hand and ask your CICs the question. Your CICs will then relay the message to us, and we will eventually pick out 2 live questions for the candidates to answer. Do remember that for your questions to be submitted to us and to be chosen, it has to be relevant to the election, it has to be appropriate, and it cannot be repeated from the Q&A spin the wheel segment.
So as much as we hope to answer all of your questions, we'll be only selecting 2 live questions to answer. So if you have any other burning questions, do feel free to approach the candidates and ask them when you see them.
Without further ado, we will reveal the questions from the spin the wheel now. Our first question is, how will you contribute to the school as the president of the student council?
I would like to start first. So, how, as the question says, how will I contribute to the school as the president of the student council? My goal is to show my gratitude to the school, and by that, right, I meant to improve the school life of both the students and the staff, because we are all a family in NCHS. And as the president of the student council, I would lead the student council to have more initiative of what you, the end seasons, or what the staff would like. So, because I realized that mainly the initiatives are a lot of our own council initiatives. So, I would like to hear some views from you, staff or students, to see what you want in a school, and I will try my best to help what you say. So, in order to contribute and help you make sure that have a better school life and a more enjoyable school atmosphere for you to study and work in. Yeah.
So if I become the president of the student council, how I would like to contribute is to mainly promote a more positive school culture. As I've shared in my speech, the video, I will try my best to introduce 2 new initiatives. The first one will be the termly dialogue, and the second one, which is the 3 Ask Week, which I'm very looking forward to. Because for the 3 Ask Week, it will not only boost your morale, it will help you relieve stress before your exams. So I feel like through the activities that I will propose in the future, it will definitely help you to have a better positive outlook towards school.
Okay, so I think that as president, my priority should be your welfare and your needs. So if I become president, how I'll contribute to Nan Chiau is that I will listen more to what you have to say and what you want to suggest in Nan Chiau. And I will find what is the root cause of the problem and come up with initiatives to help you solve if the root cause is really valid. And this will help to make me a good president because I can help to understand and empathize what you think should be improved in Nan Chiau. And for other than students, I also listen to the teachers and any feedback or opinions from the school leaders or teachers, and this will help to make Nan Chiau an all-round good environment for both students and teachers.
We will now be moving on to the second question.
So the second question is, why did you join the student council?
Okay, so I think why did I join the student council? I joined the student council because I had the passion and the sincerity to want to serve the student population. I want to help to make the school a better environment for you to study and for you to stay back after school to do things in school. I want to make the school a better experience for you, and this is why I joined the student council. I really wanted to help to be someone that will help to serve the school and help to make school an enjoyable place for you.
So why did I join the student council is because actually I was a prefect in primary school, but I feel like I may have not added enough value in primary school. Hence, I would like to continue my leadership journey in secondary school by becoming a counselor so that I can strive to help improve the school and add value as well in your lives in school. And I hope that I will actually be a figure and a caring figure that will actually help you to look forward to school every day. So this is why I will join the this is why I joined the student council, so that I can add value to your lives and make your lives better.
So why I joined the student council is a little bit of a story because in primary school I was nominated as a prefect but I refused it because I was too afraid to step out of my comfort zone during primary school. And so when I came to Nan Chiau High School, which was one of my dream schools because I have many cousins that came before. So when I stepped into this school, the first thing that came to my mind was to give back and show my gratitude to the school. So I realized that by joining a council, I'm in that position to can contribute back to the school in any ways possible. And I realized that I do not regret joining council, and since I have the passion to contribute back to the school, and yeah, since I have the passion to contribute back to the school, I'll be a great president for you, and it's also a little story about why I joined council. Yes.
We will now be moving on to the third question. What do you envision the school to be like after your presidency term?
My envision for the school is to build a very strong, positive school culture in the school, because I realized that being positive is very, very important. Because by being positive, you look forward to new things and you will actually try out new things and discover yourself even more, which I think is very important. And so that to go back to how I envision it, right, is for the school to be very positive and like there's little to no negative spreading around. So all in all, we are all supportive for each other, and I hope that through my initiative, we could build a team spirit and also like try to inculcate this positivity in the school.
Okay, so what do I envision the school to be like after my presidency term? So I think that I would like to cultivate a sense of care within the students, so that because I understand that as teenagers, when we are going through this process of secondary school, we are learning a lot of new things, and sometimes times might really get very tough. So I think that with care around the students and with friends supporting you along the way, you'll be able to confidently overcome these challenges, even if it is very tough times that you have to go through, because you have teachers, friends who support you through this journey, even if it might get hard. And that's why that's what I would like to achieve if I become president.
So what I envision the school to be like after my presidency term is to actually have a more positive environment, which is like Leonard. So alongside with the school's vision to promote positivity, I feel like it's a very important thing to have a positive outlook towards your everyday school life. Apart from that, I also hope that the school will be a more bonded and caring environment for all of you. So through the initiatives that I would like to propose in the future, I hope I can drive the 4 levels all together and hope that they will become closer, not just bond across your level, but bond across the 4 levels as a school to have a common identity as students in Nan Chiau High.
So next, we'll be moving on to the 4th question. So the next question is, how will you contribute to the school as the president of the student council?
So how would I like to contribute to the school as the president of the student council? First, my goal would be actually to forge closer connections with you NCHS and to bring the student council closer with the NCHS. Firstly, by understanding your concerns and your feedbacks more, so that I can push for initiatives that I can propose, so that I can let you voice out your feedbacks and opinions more to hear what you actually have to say to improve the school environment. Secondly, I would like to also promote the students to have a more caring culture with everyone, as well as I hope that the school will become a more open environment where you can share your feedbacks and you can openly mention your concerns, so that we can always make a constant effort to improve the school for all of you.
Okay, so how would I contribute to the school as the president of the student council? I think I would like to cultivate a sense of identity of who we are as NCHS if I become the president of the student council. I would like to change what we think as NCHS. We are not just students of this school, but I would like to come out with something that will define you and something that you can proudly say when you step out of the school and when you introduce yourself as an NCHS, and to show how we have like this sense of identity with amongst one another. And this is really one of my goals if I become president.
Okay, so regarding me, how will I contribute to the school as the president of student council? Firstly, I would like to forge a closer bond with the teachers, the NCHS, and the student leaders, which for now in context would be the council, because I realize that the council may have a stigma where either people are too afraid of or they do not want to approach us. So for me as a president, I would like to try to bridge that gap between everyone to show that, hey, we are actually council and we will gladly listen to your feedbacks, and we are also the pillar of support that you can go to whenever you want to voice out. So as the president of student council, I would firstly want to bridge that gap between everyone. And then secondly, like I said previously, I think I touched on to inculcate a more positive culture, because like Jonathan said, as teenagers, we are going through this phase of life where sometimes a lot of us will be a bit depressed. And that as well, in the school context, I wish to have a more positive environment for everyone, so that we try not to be so down all the time, and we actually look forward to life. And same goes for teachers. For work-wise, don't feel so depressed and stressed, because I know that everyone here feels our own stress, and that everyone here have our own problems. Then I just want to say that, I just want to build this positive culture in order to bring everyone closer, and so that everyone will be able to look forward in life.
So, since we have the time, we will add one more spin the wheel question. So, the 5th question is, why do you think you should be selected as the president of student council?
Okay, so I think that throughout my rallying, I've mentioned this before, but why you should why I should be the president of the student council is because that I think that as the student council president, the more confident, the more important values that you should have is sincerity and perseverance. Now, I'm not trying to be cringy when I talk about the school values, but I think that having sincerity is what makes me a good leader because I can listen to you and I have the heart to serve you and listen to what you have to say about the school and perseverance. So after I've heard what you have to say, sometimes I need to push for initiatives to improve on what you have said. So this is where perseverance comes in. When we are suggesting some ideas, sometimes we might face opposition, and this is why we need perseverance because we need to have enough willpower and strength to overcome these challenges, even if we might face them when we are pushing for initiatives for you. And that is why I should be president.
So why I would like to be the president of the student council is because that I feel that I'll be a caring figure for all of you, for you to approach me whenever you want to suggest or raise any concerns or feedback. Like I have shared in my video, I said that a true leader is not someone who orders people around, but rather someone who actually can gain the trust and the confidence from the students, which are you and seasons. I feel like I believe in myself that I can actually bring the council to greater heights, as well as be a leader that everyone can approach and also work alongside with my team of student councillors to promote a more caring and positive school culture for all of you. And I strongly believe that one of the important values as the president of the student council is actually humility. Having the humility when you're working with others and not abusing your authority as the president of the student council, working with your peers and your teachers as well to make the school a better place for all.
So for me, why I should be the student president of the student council is, as a person who has been on public speak a number of times on stage and also has the chance to lead a lot of people in my life. I believe that having self-confidence is one of the most important thing one person can ever have, because I believe that having self-confidence, you will actually believe in yourself and you will never give up. And for me, I feel like that's one of my strengths. You need someone to have the heart of steel. So you must be more confident, and I believe that I will have that confidence, not just in public speaking, but also having confidence in you, the end seasons, to build a trust between us, as well as having a confidence to lead you to bring the student council to greater heights and have everyone to be more positive and have a leading figure to look forward to. Because every leading figure needs to be a confident one, and I feel that I will be confident enough to be that leading figure of yours.
So we will now be moving on to the live question segment. If you have any questions that you really want to ask the candidates that have yet to be answered, you can raise the questions to your class counsellor, and the counsellor will help to relay the message to us. So do remember that for your questions to be selected, they have to be appropriate and they have to be relevant to this election. And we will only be picking out 2 live questions. So if you have any questions, you can also find the candidates to ask them about it. So for our first live question, how will you describe your leadership style?
Oh, that's a very good one. So for me, my leadership style is always having to listen to you and to be the voice of your opinions and to act upon it. Because my leadership style is always based on confidence. Because as you know, I probably speak a lot, and I feel like confidence in a person's value is very important. So my leadership style is always listen to you and gather feedback, and also try my best to help shape what you want into reality.
Okay, so my leadership style. I think that since Leonard has mentioned the 4C value of leadership, mine is compassion. Compassion as a leader helps to make me able to understand what you want and empathize with some of the issues that you might be facing in school. This will make me a good leader because I can understand what you're going through and understand what you're going through and bring them up to the school leaders and teachers. This will help me make a good president, this will make me a good president because I can empathize with what you're going through and feel the same way as you and understand like why you are suggesting some ideas, and this will give me the willingness to help you and the sincerity to serve you, as I've mentioned before. And my leadership style is really just to listen to what you have to say and to think about what you feel towards certain situations, which will make me a good leader and president for you.
So my leadership style is that I strongly believe in working as a team to achieve a common goal. Having planned the SOC 20 this year, we were split into different departments among the counselors. I feel like working as a team will really help you to achieve your common goal by planning and brainstorming ideas. When you're working alongside a team, there will be many people to help raise their opinions and ideas so that you can make your plans better for everyone. So I feel like it's very important to listen to other people's feedbacks so that you can constantly improve yourself as well as your plans and how you're going to face future issues or problems in the future. So I feel like being a leader, you need to have a team behind you to work alongside with to give you moral support and also the courage and the help to plan for things.
So for our next live question, what is one weakness you face and how do you cope with it?
Okay, so I think one of my greatest weakness is that I might be a little insecure at sometimes. So I think how we overcome insecurity is something that reveals the true character of a person, just like how we face mistakes. So I think that insecurity, how I face my insecurity, is that I remind myself that sometimes I'm greater than what I think myself to be, because I will look back at what I have done before and see the accomplishments that I have made, and this will make me more confident and as well as help to boost my morale when I'm talking to people, because some of you might know that talking to large group of audiences is one of my weaknesses too. So I think that as the president, being confident is important. So I will try my best and learn from all areas, including online sources like YouTube, on how to be confident and how to express your ideas confidently and help your audience understand you. And this is really one of my greatest strengths, which is to learn from my weaknesses. And I will be able to learn from what I've done not so well and overcome my insecurity and any other weakness that I might face in my presidency term.
So one of my greatest weaknesses is related to also one of my greatest strengths. My greatest strength is confidence and be able to speak in front of public very comfortably. But at the same time, it comes with a weakness. And to me, the weakness is saying something wrong and offending someone unintentionally. So for the past few years of public speaking to anyone, I found out that sometimes I do not think through what I say because of all the impromptus on stage and stuff. And I realized that at times I may accidentally offend someone either at a personal level or offend them while on stage. And it really affected me because as a person who is able to be confidently be on stage, I would expect myself to make the audience to view me as likable. But instead, I would offend them unintentionally. And that's my biggest mistakes. But for that biggest weakness, right, for this past year, I've really tried to work on it because I will try to think carefully through my words and not offend anyone unintentionally. That's why every time if I were to say something, I would think through carefully no matter what. So I feel like that's my biggest weakness that for me should particularly watch out is to try to not offend anyone anymore. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, but one of the weaknesses that I faced in everyday life is actually the problem of procrastination. I'm pretty sure most of you also face procrastination every day because procrastination goes and comes. So actually how I cope with it, right, is actually I'm pretty sure most of you have received the letter from your seniors that they have written last year for you. So I received the letter from my CCA senior, and inside the letter, it told me tips on how to overcome procrastination. For example, when you find yourself procrastinating and telling yourself, oh, you'll do something later, you tell yourself, you'll count to 3, 2, 1, and after you count to 3, 2, 1, you'll get yourself up and you'll go and do the things that you have to do at that time. This is how I can actually overcome procrastination on a daily basis so that I can complete my tasks on time.
We will now have more live questions. So can the candidates pick out one question from this box? Okay, Amber will pick it out first. So the question that Amber picked out is, how are you going to promote the power of positivity in NCHS? The question that Jonathan picked out is, which school values do you display the most? And for Leonard, it's, from 1 to 10, how confident are you of your initiative being feasible? So we will answer Amber's question first. How are you going to promote the power of positivity in NCHS?
So how I would like to promote the power of positivity in NCHS is actually, I would like to first reiterate what I've said in the speech too, because when I was going around for my rallies, I realized some of you still have some questions about my second initiative, which is the 3 Ask Week. So maybe just a little introduction so the 3 Ask Week will be held 1 week before every major exam period, like the mid-year exams and the end of year exams. So throughout my whole presidency term, I will propose to introduce many exciting activities to relieve your stress before the start of a very, very stressful exam period. So this is one way that I would like to promote the power of positivity. And also for some of you, during the rallies, I have given out some quotes as well as sweets to some of you. So that is just like a little gesture for me throughout the rally week. So for those who have received it, I actually wrote some motivational quotes and as well as handwritten notes and to encourage you to strive on in life and never give up. So in the future, I may do large-scale events like printing more quotes and writing more handwritten notes to encourage all of you to always look forward to coming to school and to promote a power of positivity.
Okay, so my question, if you've forgotten, is how confident I am in my initiative that I've proposed. So I'm sure I'm sure that some of you have forgotten my 2 initiatives. So the first one, which is quite popular, it is every month I will allow everyone to wear any school-based t-shirts that you like at the end of every month. So for that initiative, I feel quite confident in making it come into reality because I strongly believe that having school t-shirts, having to buy your own t-shirt and design your own t-shirt should be able to showcase more to the entire school because we all know that it is costly to design and also takes a lot of effort from you to design as well as all the background work and all you have put in just for that one t-shirt. I realized that for like 1 year in school events, you will like only wear it for like 3 times a year. So I know that some of you may feel very down in like not be able to wear it more often. That's why I'm quite confident that to be able to wear it more often not only will showcase your confidence as a team spirit and will also help you to be more confident and to have a stronger positive school culture since everyone is wearing what you represent and like what you are proud of. For the second initiative, I did not really reiterate much on it, but it's basically a filming competition every 3 weeks to a month where any end season could just take out a camera and just film whatever they want, but obviously under some circumstances. But for that, I feel moderately confident because I understand that some end seasons do not want to take out the camera and like film yourself. I understand, but there's also the other extreme that some end seasons want to take out the camera and film themselves doing anything you want. And although my initiative is to let everyone be able to film whatever they want, I understand that not everyone will be able to get on board with it. So on that, I would try my best to help so-called build your morale in this initiative and just give it a try, because it's really fun to do so. Like, just take out a camera and just do whatever you want. But yeah, I just hope that everyone will try, and so that this initiative will only work if you put in the effort, and that your effort will definitely be rewarded, because as you get posted online and everyone could see, you could be proud of your work.
Okay, so in case everyone has forgot, my question is, which school values do you display the most? I think out of the two school values, I display sincerity more, because sincerity as a leader will help to enable me to have the compassion to go and help you if there's something that you're facing in school that you might not be so happy about. And I think sincerity can come in many forms, like being a listening leader to listen to what you have to say, and as well as having the heart to really go and think about what you're facing in school. And this is what makes me a sincere leader, and why you should vote for me for president.
So, on to the next live question. In the context of COVID-19, how do you plan to bond the students?
I know COVID-19 has been a very serious case, not just in Singapore, but globally. It has become a pandemic since Singapore and the other parts of the world has just like shot up the COVID-19 suddenly. And I know it brings worries and concerns to everyone. To be like, oh, am I going to be healthy? Is my loved ones going to be healthy? And I understand that. And like, when in school with such strict regulations on like staggered recess, assigned tables, like split tables, we understand that by doing all these, right, you actually so-called separated the opportunity to bond across levels and also like within the levels, because now you are just stick to your own class. And so for me, since COVID-19 is a very serious case, and mass assemblies and like mass games or like any other activities that requires a lot of people will not be able to work in this scenario. And that's why, but you know that we have something called the power of internet, and that's why I believe that through student council Instagram page, or like the NCHS Facebook and so on and so forth, right, we can bring the students together in a form of online. I know that it sounds very cliche, online, we should be more wary of ourselves. Yes, you should be more wary of yourself. But it's the alternative to how every one of us can bond together as a school. Because if obviously teachers or students, we all use phone. I mean, most of us will have a phone, and that we all have internet and would use the online pages like social medias. And that is a very effective way, because like how many times have you like scroll through Instagram page for yourself? Yeah. So with all the organization, the council page and also school page, I believe that I will want to use this opportunity to not web everyone, so to help gather everyone to forge closer bonds, even though everyone is at different locations. Because online is amazing, and I hope to take advantage of this opportunity to help everyone forge closer bonds.
Okay, so in view of this COVID-19, I'm aware that large and mass assemblies are actually not allowed. So I feel like, honestly, my opinion on the power of positivity and how you can spread it is actually through very, very little small actions in your everyday life. Even just a little pat on the back and say like, oh, good job, you're doing great today, is also promoting the power of positivity. So I believe that even though mass assemblies are not allowed, all of you still walk past each other in school. So I hope that all of you will actually, when you walk past your friends or maybe students from other levels, you can actually just walk up to them and say, oh, you're doing great today, and don't let the virus or whatever problems you may face put you down in any day in whatever you do. And also, just like what Leonard said, I would also like to promote the power of positivity through the Instagram channels as well. So simple gestures just like posting how you can actually overcome COVID-19, how you can prevent yourself from getting it, is also promoting a power of positivity to create a sense of a calm and not a flustered kind of atmosphere amongst all of you just because of this virus. So I strongly hope that when you see each other in school, when you see your friends, your CCA batchmates, or your classmates, just go up to them and give them a daily encouragement.
Okay, so I think in terms of COVID-19, Leonard and Amber has explained it very well on what are some of the limitations that we cannot do. But I think if I were to bond the levels more, I would like to do it in a form of leading the student council to come up with an initiative to help you to bond with your friends, even under these circumstances. So I think that we as a council, as a collective mind, we are able to come up with interesting and new and fun, exciting ways, even in these limitations, to help you bond across levels, in your levels or in your own classes. And that is what I would do if I needed to bond the student body in this situation.
Okay, so moving on to the second last question. How do you think you can be a better president than those that came before?
Our goal in a lot of people's life is to always be better than someone before, to succeed and like have to follow their path and even excel in their path. So what I think is what I can so-called try to improve myself to be better in as a president before Auntie and before Dixon, all this, right? I believe that I should be more forward with the end seasons, because I feel that although for the many years where student council try to bridge the gap, it's quite difficult for end seasons and student council to so-called connect as one. But for me, I want to build on that, because I want everyone to understand that, I'm Leonard, this is Jonathan and Amber. We all are students, we are end seasons. The only thing that is put on us is the responsibility as student council. And that is why, and because we are still students, and I hope that we can all get on a common ground and we do not see each other as a different person, and actually, just acknowledge each other as end season and leave it at that. Although some of us may be a bit authoritarian and some of us like try to stop you from doing certain things, but that all comes with a reason behind it. And that is why this year, if I was the president, I would try to have a closer bond with you and citizens to help us understand each other so that we all can move forward.
Okay, so I think that what I can do better is because I'm able to think of your suggestions from an organizational point of view, and I'm able to take in your inputs and find the core problem of why you're suggesting this, and come up with newer and maybe even better initiatives to help to think of to help to improve these problems. Because I think that as a leader, you don't even have to be a leader. As a person, anyone can bring up any initiatives that you want to bring forward in the school. But I think that what makes the president a president is because that we are able to gather your inputs and then think from an organizational point of view and come up with something that might benefit the entire organization of Nan Chiau together. And that's why will make me a better president than the previous years.
So firstly, I would like to say that in order to be able to be better than the previous batch must be a very good role model for us to learn and develop ourselves more as a person when we are learning from them. So I feel like for the past few years, there has actually been quite a prominent gap between the student council and the student body itself. I feel like students still see us as the school police, or those that always or like very good kids that always go around telling people, oh, don't do this, don't do that. So I would like to say that we are students as well, all three of us, and we face the same problems as you. So I hope that by sharing this, you can actually approach us more in school if you see us, and not like be shy or scared of us, or like because we are very nice people. So I hope that you can actually really share your concerns and feedback so that we can always improve the school life for all of you as well.
And my apologies, that was the last question for our live segment.
So before we end off this whole question and answer segment, we will have the candidates to each round up the pointers which they have shared throughout their campaigning events. So first up, we'll have Amber to share with us.
Okay, so hi NCHS, this is the last time I'll be talking to all of you. So I hope that through the past few weeks of rallies and speeches, you've actually got to learn more about me, as well as how I would like to contribute to the school, and how I would like to forge closer connections with you NCHS. So really do look forward to the activities that I have proposed that I will try my best to push for. And when you see me in school, do feel free to approach me to share your concerns or feedbacks. Lastly, with that, I will always strive to be the best that I can be, as well as I hope that you can put your trust in me and trust me that I can bring the student council and lead the student council to strive for greater heights. With that, I hope that you will support me in the upcoming presidential election and vote for me.
Okay, so since like what Amber mentioned, this is one of the last sharings that I have with you, I would like to sum up all my points from my rallies and speeches. So I think as president, I'll be able to care for your interests, push for more initiatives, strive to do the best that I can, and for constant progress in the school. And I think that one of my greatest strengths is that I have the heart and the will to serve. So with this, I'll be able to hear more from you as well as be your voice. So as your leader, I will lead the student council to prioritize your welfare and your needs. And for the last time, I am Jonathan, and I sincerely thank you for listening to me for these past few weeks.
I know the bell has just rang. So to make it very quickly, this will be the last time for me. So I just want to say that my goal is to actually show my gratitude to the school that for giving me the opportunity to be here and also to study here. And that is why I believe that with my ability to influence others with my positivity, as well as to never give up in any difficulty, will actually help you to have a better school life, either school or other school staff or students. And I hope that I welcome any feedback from you, and I will certainly try my best to help to shape your dreams into reality. Well, remember, lastly, do support me this Friday and also beyond. And remember that I'm Leonard Peng, and make sure that this election you will pick your right choice.
We have now come to the end of our Presidential Election 2020 Q&A live segment. So we hope that through today's segment, you have learned more about the candidates and your questions have been answered. Okay, so we apologize for the delay. So this video will be posted on Facebook and also our school website. So if you have any questions that you really want to ask the candidates, you can follow us at our Instagram page at NCHS Student Council and ask us the questions. We will try our best to have the candidates to answer to your questions. So with that, we will now show the video for Election Day.
Voting on Election Day. March 6th is Election Day, when NCZens can exercise their right to vote. For this year, the voting will be carried out online using Google Form. In order to vote, ensure that you can access your own school email at nczens.nchs.edu.sg. On Election Day, the form for voting will open from 7:45 a.m. to 8 a.m., and the election will commence right after temperature-taking exercise. Once the voting has started, students are to stand up and start voting using their mobile devices. During the voting itself, no discussion is supposed to take place. When you're done voting, submit your response and show it to the counselor in charge. Do not let anyone see your vote. After the counselor has checked that you have submitted your response, you're then allowed to sit down. Remember, voting is compulsory. Your vote is secret. Respect the privacy of other voters.